I'm Nurse Joy.
Hi, I'm James, your sales manager.
And I am Secretary Kel. The content of this video will explain to you how the businesses such as fast food chain and restaurants react and strategize to adopt the current situation, as COVID-19 seems to be a barrier between their sales and market.
The coronavirus disease COVID-19 is an infectious disease caused by a new strain of coronavirus. The coronavirus pandemic has brought countries to a standstill. On the 30th of January 2020, the Philippine Department of Health reported the first case of COVID-19 in the country with a 38-year-old female Chinese national. On the 7th of March, the first local transmission of COVID-19 was confirmed.
Did you know that because of COVID-19 the government has announced lockdown of Metro Manila, followed by the entire Luzon Island, and is mulling over more localized lockdowns? The Philippines government declared a state of calamity in the country for 6 months on the 17th of March. In response to the growing pandemic of coronavirus disease 2019 COVID-19 in the country, additional lockdown restrictions mandated the temporary closure of non-essential shops and businesses. The ECQ came in after 2 days of the implementation of the community quarantine in Metro Manila, and under the Luzon ECQ setup, mass gatherings are completely prohibited and all means of public transport is no longer allowed, limiting the movement of people. During the ECQ, the populace's movement is restricted to their homes and they can only go outside to just buy basic needs such as food, medicines and other things needed for sustenance. Only a single person per household can go outside to buy basic necessities. Non-essential businesses are not permitted to open and they will be forcibly closed if they do. In contrast, businesses that provide food and medicine are allowed to operate. Due to the lockdown of Luzon and the availability of enhanced community quarantine rules and regulations, many businesses are affected by COVID-19. One of this is fast food chain and restaurants. This is affected because of enhanced community quarantine rules and regulations. They cannot offer dine-in service for customers. Limited customer can enter to their stall due to social distancing. Due to shutdown of transportation, they lessen their employee. Fast food and restaurants in malls are not allowed to open. Due to lockdown, most of their branch in malls are closed. Manpower is also in question as traveling to work proves difficult with the suspension of public transportation. Coronavirus outbreak catapulted consumers and businesses worldwide into a new reality. Fast food chains and restaurants are both facing the new normal to adopt new practices in the way they operate, communicate and collaborate. Food companies are facing extreme changes in customer buying behaviors. Besides securely managing in-store and online demand, safeguarding supply chains and intensifying recruitment. To address the new normal way of doing business, adjustments have to be made, such as adapting to a new business model putting much focus on takeout and delivery services. Agreeably, we are now seeing this, as ready-to-cook meals are currently being marketed, as well as influx of sales in third-party delivery apps such as Grab Food and Food Panda, and having an express lane for them. To further optimize delivery sales, restaurants must look into shaping their menus based on which items are the most ideal to sell via delivery. This includes analyzing where to get the best ingredients given the ECQ, managing inventories, figuring out ideal portioning and packaging, and making sure that the overall quality of orders can withstand delivering conditions. Restaurants also look into easier and reliable digital payments as more and more customers out of cash payments. Being able to provide a bigger outlet for payment transaction allows for a bigger audience. After all, you cannot sell if they cannot pay. Providing shuttles to accommodate employees must be looked into, while the option of housing personnel near their work location is also a viable idea. This can help workers feel safe during these times, as well as making sure that their potential exposure is limited to lessen the transfer of the virus. The next content of the video is how the hierarchy of sales management conceptualize and measure to address the barriers. Due to the lockdown in various areas and the availability of rules and regulations in the enhanced community quarantine, many businesses are affected. Fast food chains and restaurants are one of it, and it has a high risk of losing if they income even they business if they do nothing. In this kind of pandemic disease, there need an efficient way for a business to profit, and sales management could help. Fast food chain operations are structured around a sales team hierarchy. In order for the company to survive the COVID-19 pandemic, they must be able to understand and cooperate with each other. Regional managers provide strategic guidance to ensure that all store managers are on the same page with customer service objectives, sales goals, and marketing strategies. Store managers are actively involved in hiring, firing, and compensation decisions, as well as setting the tone for the unique cultures of their stores. Shift supervisors perform the same range of duties required of associates, but their main role is to ensure that all employees have the tools, guidance, and motivation they need to run their individual workstations. Sales associates are the frontline sales team members responsible for running cash registers, manning the drive-through window, cooking orders, and keeping restaurants clean. In this pandemic, fast food chain and restaurants are really affected on sales and market because of the rules and regulations in community quarantine, such as social distancing and no more dine-in services, which almost the 70% of the sales came from. Due to this, they can only accommodate limited customers, which bring down their sales. The role of regional managers that provide strategic guidance to store manager is to oversee the branch in its territory and gives orders to store manager to address the new normal way of doing business, adapting to putting much focus on takeout and deliveries, like having a third-party delivery such as GrabFood and Foodpanda, also to market the ready-to-cook products. While the store manager is actively involved in hiring and firing, because of limited customers they also need to lay off some of their employees in order to cope up for their expenses. On the other hand, transportation is shut down. The role of the shift supervisors are to ensure their employees to have some tools, guidance, and motivation to run their individual workstation. They should provide shuttles to accommodate employees with the agreement of the owner. Sales associates are considered as a frontliner in this pandemic. Aside to their job, they also need to spread positivity to customer in this kind of world pandemic.
The end of our animated vlog. We hope that you enjoy and learn something on it.